No, we can hear you.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna ask that we use a Zoom etiquette today. If we have a speaker and they are busy presenting, please keep your microphones off so that we can make sure everybody can be heard. I'm gonna be putting the people on the screen as they speak. I'm very, very excited to have everybody here. We've been waiting for this for a long time. And it is really going to be an amazing, amazing day. Lots of legends in the room with us. There are many people that are also going to be inducted during the course of the week because of their schedules. They are movie stars, they are producers, they are on sets, they're doing TV commercials and the like. So I'm going to induct them in the week as well. So if you know of anyone that maybe missed today's meeting because of their time zone, please make sure to let me know. I am trying to get Henry on here because he's going to open in prayer for us. So just give me a moment. I'm just adding more people. We have legends in the room with us today. Every single person that is here deserves to be here, and everybody that is working very hard behind the scenes. That is amazing. You guys are doing amazing work, and I'm very, very proud to know every single one of you. I know every single person here, and I've worked with you probably on many levels, and it is such a blessing. I'm just trying to see where is Henry. I know that um Doug has to go because he's at a tournament. So he almost has to go. Yeah, he's at a tournament today, working, of course, behind the scenes, making the world a better place, like so many of the martial artists out there doing his work. I have to, first of all, before I let him do his song that he has prepared for us, I just want to say thank you very, very much, my friend. You have done so much for MAM. You have made so many videos for MAM. You have been promoting this event extensively, and it's been a real, true honor to have you working alongside me with everything. So thank you very, very much for that.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very, very much. I want to admit Lizzie, make sure there's no more people in the waiting room. And then I'm going to play a video for us, and then I'm going to hand over to you so that we can officially start. And guess what he's going to do? What are you going to do for us today, dog? What are you going to be doing?
I'll be singing the national anthem for the United States.
I have my American flag here. He's going to be singing the anthem for us. So let's start with our video while we wait for. Oh, here's Henry. Henry came just in time. Let me get him in the room so he can open in prayer for us. That's very important to me. Is for us to do this and open in prayer because nothing that I do, I believe, is ever possible without God's goodness and His grace. So we are going to give honor to God today for everything that He has done for us in our lives. And I'm a believer, and I pray that you also know God the way I do. And I'm not going to preach. I was a pastor for 15 years, but I'm not going to preach today. But just know there is a God out there and He loves you. So I'm going to give over. Henry, are you here?
Just in case you never see us again.
Henry Magdabai,
God bless America.
are you here, Henry? I saw you come into the room, so I just want you to open in prayer for us.
Say one thing.
Let's see where's Henry. If you hopped on or not. Amek is joining. He's from Carlos Machado. I met Amek in Houston, also at a Hall of Fame event. Amek is a wonderful, wonderful. Henry is here. Henry, can you open in prayer for us? I'm trying to find you. This room is so full. Praise God. Look at all the beautiful inductees here today. There you are. Henry, you're muted. That's why we can't hear you. I don't know what screen sharing there. I see someone screen sharing. I'm not sure what. So we'll start. We're 1 minute over time. Let's try. Someone's got an echo. Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I found the problem. Okay, Henry. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to kick off now with Doug with his anthem. Let's start with that because he has to run. Doug, where are you?
Can you hear me?
Let me just get you here.
Can you hear me?
Going on. Yeah, I'm here right now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. If everybody can just mute themselves, otherwise we won't be able to hear Doug do his anthem.
No, I need your help over here.
Where are you, Doug?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I'm trying to put you on the screen. Hold on one second. I'm trying to put you on full screen here.
What's going on here?
Robert just entered. There you are.
You guys can hear me?
Yes. So everybody, please put off your microphones so that we can hear Doug do his anthem. Do I give you a countdown, Doug?
No, it's okay. I think I'm good.
I'm trying to get you to full screen. Hold on one second. I'm going to make you co-host. But I don't know why it's just giving me different gallery options. I think it's because the meeting is so full. Did you get the request to be co-host?
Can everybody hear me?
Okay. If you are ready, my friend, you can kick us off. I'll give you a countdown. Everybody, let's listen to Doug. I don't know why you're not on the screen. One second, let's see what's happening here. Okay. Okay, Doug, you take us away.
Everybody see me and hear me?
Can you see?
All right. Well, real quick, welcome everybody for the MMAM Hall of Fame. Let's, really give huge praise to Juanita, Kapp, for this wonderful gala of us together. She wanted me to sing the national anthem for you, so I figured I would do that. So let's get started. I don't have a flag here where I'm at, so I got a backdrop. That's about it. Oh, say, can you see? Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, say, can you see? By the dawn's early light, was so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's give him a round of applause, everybody. Very, very grateful to you. Thank you so much. You have worked so hard with me behind the scenes, Doug, and I appreciate it. You are, of course, one of our facilitators, not only this year, but next year as well. And the next year, we will be in person, right? Everybody will come together in Dallas. This year, we decided to do virtual. Also, I'm inducting Douglas Yates' father, and it's wonderful to have them both on board. I know you have to run. If you can stay a little bit, it would be great, but I understand that you are busy today. Thank you for making time.
I can stick around for 25 minutes or so.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. Doug, would you like to tell the audience before I'm getting the video ready for our wonderful celebrity today? Would you tell the audience your martial arts accolades, please, and why you are a part of MAM with everything that you've done?
I sure can. So I started when I was a baby. It says my baby book. I threw my first punch when I was 9 months old. I first left the United States to fight in 1994. I fought in Ireland. Subsequently, I fought in 8 more countries. I was ranked 6th. So I got to travel around the world. I got to see the Amazon River, Stonehenge, the Mayan pyramids, got to participate in the Pan American Games, the Goodwill Games. I got to really just travel the world and do what I love. And it's just an honor to be here with all these great people, all the facilitators, all the guests. It's just an awesome experience to be a part of such a league of extraordinary people. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Doug. Oos to you, and congratulations on your induction and being a facilitator. I see Mish here. Mish, I thought it was Malik. that logged in. So I see it's my friend Michelle, all the way from the Netherlands. So many people here. Let me give you all a shout out before we start. Doug is Motorola. We've got Ant Glenn here. He's going to be doing a song. You guys know who Ant Glenn is. He's a legend. Mitch Ekre is here. Scotty Olsen. iPad, please name yourself. Stuart Warren Dansby is here from Taking the Fight. White, please name yourself so we can find out your name. I think it's White Dragons. It might be Basil Masters. 615, please give us your name. 765. That would be Kevin. Honey, just put your name on there. 849. Amek is, of course, Michelle. Angelo Hidalgo is here. Great martial artist. Apollo GT is my friend. Very, very good friend of mine. Benoni Budding is here. Bill Stacks. Brenda Spinks, wife of Leon Spinks, famous boxer, is here. Bruce Foster Holmes. Chris Edson. Covert Blackledge. Of course, our entertainer Danny Z. Don McGuire. Go to Photography. Elder Marsh. Guys, I've got great news. I've got something in this box, and we're going to be sharing about that. Elizabeth Moringland, my friend, is here. Henry. iPhones, please name yourself. James Burkle, James Tenner from the UK. Both the Jameses are very good martial artists. Legend, Jerry Trimble is here, my friend. Welcome so much. Joel Hernandez is here. Joseph Chowan. Also martial artist. Krishna, legend as well. Everybody's legends. Kyle, Lloyd Neal, Mark Fry, Mark Stas, one of our facilitators. He's called the Belgian Bruce Lee, and there's a reason for that. Let me tell you that. Oscar Martinez, owner, I don't know who you are. Please put your name. Bishop, Ramblin' Ralph, Robert Gilroy, Batman. I saw him in Houston the other day with Lizzie. Roger Rael, also a legend. Ron Smorenbroek from Thailand, one of our facilitators. If your phone name is your name here, like Samsung, please change it. Sendutron, Shihan, Johnny Hunter, and of course Stephen Blair, one of my awesome friends. He's also a MAM ambassador, and he's done great things. So I'm going to pull up the video for our entertainer now. Hold on 1 second. Let me just open it because I had to save them here. And I just want to make sure I play the right video. So, I have to open it first. Zoom is a little bit different from StreamYard. It's not as quick to play the video. Let me just open it. And then when it starts playing, it'll show. And now I'll play it because I can see it. Here we go, guys. Enjoy. This is Danny Z's. I met Danny and his wife in, I believe it was New Jersey, at an event, at a book launch, and amazing people. The energy. that Danny carried into that room, the heart with what he does everything with was just phenomenal. And needless to say, we've been friends ever since. And just an amazing person. Let's watch this video.
What's your name?
My name is Danny Z's.
Are you ready, Danny?
You know what? If you're not nervous, you shouldn't want to go down stage.
Nerves just mean it matters. You got this. All right.
Here we go.
Go out there. This is super dangerous.
If that thing falls, it'll pull his tongue out.
What the fuck?
Snakes?
Those are very alive and real.
Yes.
They're very alive and real.
There's no way back from a thing that's this high.
Sir.
You got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7,
10, 9 seconds. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
5 seconds.
6, 5, 4,
4, 3, 2,
2, 1.
It was incredible drama up there. And you're shaking. I mean, it's stunning entertainment.
I'd love to kick it off with your first yes. Congratulations, mate.
It's a yes for me. It's a yes for me.
4 yeses for you.
And then I'm looking at how high this thing is. When it crashed, it was one of the scariest things, honestly, I've ever seen. So I would love to be able to say yes.
Nikki? I am 100% a yes.
I'm gonna have to say that I'm a yes as well.
You just created the biggest viral moment on Canada's Got Talent history.
Two people that's not muted. Let me go check it out. I'm going to mute those microphones. There we go. Mute. Mute. Okay, guys. We are muting you just because we want to make sure we have everybody giving attention to the people that are presenting, right? So let's see. I want to see. I think everybody's muted now. Yes. Everybody's muted now. So now I'm going to go look for you, Danny. You're not muted.
I'm here, yeah.
There you are. Okay, now let's go. I'm going to ask you some few questions here. So if you have been in my leadership group, you guys will know I have referred to Danny, and it was only out of the greatest, deepest respect and admiration for my friend and his wonderful family. I have referred to Danny as the craziest person I know, because the things that he has done, I'm an adrenaline junkie, but geez, I don't think I would attempt those things. And I think he just has a natural talent for this. I believe so. He's got a knack for it, and he's good at it, and he enjoys it. It's not work for him. It's not work for him. It's his mission. It's his passion. So, Danny, tell us, you have been to so many Got Talents, right? tell us some of the most amazing things you've done, and then we'll lead the conversation and get to the place where we talk about why you started doing it. I hand it over to you, my friend.
Yeah, I watched this room and I've been watching all the posts that you've made leading up to this. And I am humbled by being in a room with so many incredible people. And I'll tell you, I have taken karate and taekwondo. It was part of my background. I got into boxing for many years, and I don't deserve to be in this room. When I see the accolades of the champions that are here and the people who've done so much, I don't even know how I slipped into this door. I do the most ridiculous and crazy things, and some of you equally do them. I can say we have some people here who are stuntmen and do ridiculous things, but I have made my career and supported and raised my family with 6 children by being an escape artist and an entertainer. And I'm super blessed to have world records in highest aerial escapes and doing the ridiculousness that I've done. I've just finished my 17th Got Talent, in which I got Golden Buzzer. I have 2 more Got Talents this year, and I'm proud to say that I've crossed more than 5,000 stages in 50 countries over these years. So when I had the opportunity and you asked me to be a part of this, the first part of me stepped up and said, of course, I'm a host and an entertainer. And if somebody needs that, I'm going to be there. And you and I are such good friends that when you asked me to be here, it wasn't even a second doubt. I'm like, yes, of course I'm there for you. And then when I recognized the amount of work that goes into every single person that's on this Zoom and the people who can't make it that will watch it and replay or be inducted at another time, I had to try to reflect and see where I fit in. And the mixed martial art community and the people who are a part of this have dedicated their entire lives to doing things. And they've bled on the mats and they've sweated when nobody was there through loneliness and heartache. They've dealt with pain and broken bones and hardships. And to be a master in this craft and to be where you guys are meant you gave up part of your life. It became an extension of you in order for you to achieve that. So I thought to myself, wow, I just hang from my feet in a straitjacket from a helicopter. It's where do I go? And how does that apply and how does it resonate to you? And I realized as an escape artist, I've spent a lifetime escaping a box, so to speak, and I want to just spend 1 quick minute on this. I get shackled and chained and put in a bag or perhaps lit on fire or whatever ridiculousness is my life. And I have to follow an order of operations. I have to pick the locks, undo the ropes, escape the shackles, and get out. And the minute I'm in that box, I have to do it and follow that order in order to achieve success. And I recognize that it's no different than an octagon or a ring or any of that stuff, because when you're in there, you've spent your entire life training in order to make sure that you maximize the time that you're in there in order to escape. I mean, it's no different. And then I really reflected on my own life and realized that escaping the box or getting out of the ring or doing all of that is something that we're all professional at. The hardest thing that we have to do is get into the box, step into the ring. Because if you don't get into that ring, that octagon, that fighting circuit, that whatever it is, it could be a bad job, a poor relationship, financial debt. It doesn't matter what your box is, how it looks. The ring is just a good way to express it. You're safe until you step into it. And that's the hardest step for any of us to take. It's not getting out when you're in there. You know the order of operations. You know what the battle looks like and what you need to achieve to do it. But all the strength comes within you when you have to take that step into it. And that's where I can really empathize and stand beside you and say every escape, every ridiculous thing that I do is the most horrible, scary, anxious thing. And stepping into that spot, stepping into that zone is just one of those incredible things that take a mental challenge and a mental strength that is so unique. And in so many rooms that I've been in, I can say to you, I'm probably humbled by this room more than any, because every single one of you have had to step forward into something so unbelievably scary, not knowing what the outcome would be and getting over that raging ignorance of doubt that's held you back in order for you to step into it. So I'm super grateful to be a part of it. And I've watched so many of your stories and researched you and looked up you, creeped you out on social media, all of those things that you do when you know you're getting into a room. And I'm certainly glad to be on this side of the Zoom and not sitting in a ring with any of you, because you are an incredible group of scary people that are very, very talented in what you do. So yeah, I do some crazy stuff, and I stand before each and every one of you proud to be here with you on this great day.
Fantastic. You're always contributing to movements and putting yourself out there and spreading upliftment and working in the community. And that's always been very, very important to me. And I believe that's why we also resonated. And I really just want to say, it's so wonderful to see that you are in this room with us and that people are here. And they came to meet you because they've seen the things that you're doing out there, and they know your character as well. Because, people really feel sincerity. They feel when someone is genuine. And I have to say, when I met you and your wife, I could really feel that sincerity. And I know that you carry that out into the world. And there's many people in this room, everybody in this room that's doing the same thing. So there's a good energy here today. And I want to ask you, Danny, in all your travels and in all the things that you have done, and we spoke a little bit about it the other day, tell me the stress levels, right? How do you deal with those stress levels when you're about to go into this amazing feat? And the second question would be is, how do you feel in your heart when you know you've accomplished something that really looks impossible? Tell us about that, please.
Well, I deal with stress so much differently than probably every single person in this room. I cry, usually behind an ambulance. Okay. What I'm doing has so much stress and anxiety that I'm not brave. I see a lot of brave faces here. I mean, I do stupid things for a living, but I can't say it's because I'm brave or an adrenaline junkie. If any of you guys watch my videos and think, here's somebody who's fearless or all of that stuff, no, that's ridiculous. It's horrible. I cry like a girl. It's no disrespect to the ladies that are present, but I mean, it's tremendously stressful. And because probably 99 out of 100 things that I do, I really can die, or I've broken so many bones and had so many surgeries to put me back together. And the truth is, it's a stupid career. Don't ever become an escape artist. But I'm very proud that I have 6 children, and I want my kids to believe that they can accomplish anything if they set their mind to it. And I hope that they make better choices than I've made. But isn't that what we're all here for and what we've done? How many classes had you not wanted to go to? Or how many times have you had to do your cut in front of somebody and you were embarrassed? Or how many times did your hands just hurt, but you still showed up the next day, or you were exhausted? There's I could give you countless examples. And we all do it because we're looking to find the best version of ourselves. But the accolades come when our children, our grandchildren, our friends, or other people who you train with or watch you, the inspiration about how and what you do becomes so much bigger than you. It's like a growing field of seeds that we spread when we prove that we can do it. So I think that the stress level for me is horrible, but proving that I'm not afraid of myself or what I'm capable of far surpasses the anxiety that I have to go through to get there. And I know everybody in this room gets that. It's just stepping outside that box and being the best version of yourself. I know you all do that. Incredible.
Amen. Amen to that. I'm going to remember the crying behind the ambulance part, because sometimes I also get stressed before events and things, and then I'm not sure where I should go and cry. But now I have a good place that I will be looking for. I wanted to ask you, two things. The first thing is, what's the craziest thing or the most dangerous thing you've ever done? Because I'm not sure what could trump falling from the sky in that burning box. What was like the most dangerous one, you would say, of all of them?
There's, first of all, there's so many stupid, dangerous things that I do. Most of what I do, I've never done before, which makes them all scary. I mean, I can say to you, hanging from my feet in a straitjacket from a helicopter over Niagara Falls, I didn't have a helicopter to practice in. I didn't know what it would be like to be hanging that high in the sky. So there's lots of silly things like that, that when you've never done it ever before, the very first time is horrific. So when I think to myself, what is the scariest things? We all remember the ice bucket challenge for ALS, and I was doing a television show for ALS, and we were raising money, and I had practiced for almost a year before this event to hold my breath, and I was doing an underwater escape, and I challenged the viewers to donate $10 for every minute that I could hold my breath. That's all. And we did this. I was in this steel case underwater trying to escape, and I knew that I could do 6 minutes. I'd practiced every day. And what does that take? It takes everything that all of you do, that consistent practice. I mean, I laid in the bathtub for 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night every day, holding my breath as long as I could. And when the time came, a friend of mine was hosting the program, and he was to tap the metal to let me know every minute that went by. So we started the program and we did it, and he didn't tap the first minute, or if he did tap it, I didn't hear it. So when I got to the 6-minute mark, it was really the 7th minute mark, and it was much longer than I had ever held my breath. And when they pulled me out, I was almost atrophying because my muscles were locked up and I had pushed myself. And if they didn't help pull me out, I probably would have drowned. So to me, it was the most scary. And it was one of those lessons that taught me that preparation is everything, practice is everything, but having a good team around you is just as important. So when you do all of these workouts and exercises, and you're cutters, and you practice and you fight and you do all of those things, sometimes we miss things. And that's why you have a good coaching team or support team around you, is to see things when you're unable to. And in that circumstance, I was fortunate that I was able to push myself beyond the limits of what I was capable of. But more importantly, it was a reminder that the people around you have to be just as sharp. And we're where we are today because of the team.
Absolutely. Thank you for that wonderful answer. I agree with you 100%. And I know everybody on here that knows, everybody trains here as well. And especially with jiu-jitsu training, because the focus of the training session is not to hurt the other person. You have to make sure, because of the moves that we practice, that that person knows you and they know you well, and that they know, at which level to go, so as to not cause injury. So that was a great answer, Danny. And it's been such a lovely time to lead up to this event, and just to hear you speak and to hear your heart with what you do, and to hear that you are inspiring people and that you want people to press forward and you want to show them that anything that they put their minds to is possible. That is such a great gift to us today. I want to ask you, just before we go, what would you like to tell the audience today? What is that message that you want to leave with them? And just tell them what's on your heart, because that's very, very important to us here at MMAM. We lead with our hearts.
Well, if I had to close and share something that I thought would be impactful to any of you, is we can take a look at the accolades of our life and take a look at all of the things that we've created and the things that we've done. In my lifetime, I'll turn 56 years old in April, and I must say that in all of my years, I have lost sight many, many times in many, many things. The biggest lessons I learned in life were from 3 wise men. At a young age, I lost my brother. At mid-age, I lost my father. And recently, I lost my son. And in the loss of three of the most important people that should resonate in anybody's life, I have to say that keeping an eye on my prize and understanding where I'm going is one thing, but understanding why I'm going there and for the legacy that I'm leaving behind has to be most important. And when I look back at everything I've done and everything that I'm doing, I have to remember that the family around me and the people, whether they're blood or not, but the people that you love and care about most really are something that you need to stand back and take a look at, because we put ourselves in danger or we compromise things in many ways. We challenge ourselves harder and work out harder and do all kinds of things that push the boundaries of who we are. And sometimes we forget to take a look at our audience. And for me, I can say to you that there's been more than one occasion where I've done something, an escape, and not considered how it looked to my family in the audience. Sometimes I'm so caught up in the moment that I miss the opportunity to reflect on my actions to the people who I love most. So as Christmas approaches, if you partake in that, of course, and the holiday season hits us, it's a good opportunity really to take a look at those around us and remember that our actions get on them whether we want them to or not. And sometimes they're the reason we have all of our strength, and we have to make sure that they understand that we're doing it for the right reasons, and we make sure we don't get on them too much. We make sure that our actions don't reflect them in a negative fashion. But in the end, we got to still be entertaining to ourselves and to those that are around us. So love unconditionally, be respectful of everybody that is here today and that you journey with, and keep grinding. With still a lot of great days tomorrow. There's a lot of life left in each and every one of us.
Amen. Amen. Everybody, let's give Danny a round of applause. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And also, I want to tell the audience, I'm inducting Danny today into the MMAM Hall of Fame. I believe he, supports all the values that we uphold, and I really feel that he deserves it. He's worked hard for it, and I'm making him MMAM Champion of the Year because he is a champion in everything that he does, and he's also a wonderful family man, and we really respect that here at MMAM. So, Danny, you are the champion of MMAM for 2025, and also I'm doing a very, very special award for Mason. And Mason is going to be written into the MMAM Hall of Fame 2025 as a MMAM champion as well. So thank you very, very much. God bless you. And please stay tuned with us as long as you can. And we are just very blessed to have you here. Thank you so much, Danny.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Henry, are you ready, Henry? Should I unmute you? Because I want you to pray for us, brother. I see you in the room. I'm just looking for you. I see Henry. I saw Henry just now. There he is. He's smiling. Henry, will you unmute, or do you want me to unmute you so you can pray for us, my brother? Because we couldn't get you. I unmuted you. There's a thing that's going to pop up there. It says it's asking you to unmute. Do you know? Let's see. Where's Henry? There's some other friends I see here. Okay, let me mute. Okay, Henry, you're unmuted. Can you pray for us? I don't see him. Henry's on the participants list here. Okay, whenever you're ready, my friend, we can do it during the course of the thing as well. No problem. I don't see you. I see you talking, but I can't hear you. Are you there, Henry? Speak up. We can't hear you, my friend. There he is. No, that's Joseph. Hello, Joseph. Joseph Chowan.
Hello.
How are you, my friend? I'm trying to get it. Are you good?
I'm good. This is exciting.
Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're excited. I'm trying to get Henry. I think he's got microphone problems, but we will sort that out in a few minutes. Don't worry about it, guys. We keep rolling. Okay, so now, Ant, where are you? Ant Glenn. Ant Glenn. He was just here with us. My whole screen changed now.
Hello. Hello.
There you are. There you are. And Glenn, tell the people who you are I'm sure everybody knows you, but tell them who you are. And then please play us a song so we can welcome our facilitators for 2025.
All right. Well, I've got a very poignant song. It's called Motherfucker, but it's about good motherfuckers. The bad ones. It's like it's I mean, you know, like my point. Actually, a friend of mine, posted a thing, another walking while black shooting, right? So I just got this real like a machine gun rhythm, and I got really angry about it. And I thought, no, it's actually. Because, when someone's like achieved so much in England, anyway, we say, that guy's a real motherfucker. Like, he's a real.
Do you have another song, Ant?
Right? So I'm
do you have another song to sing that doesn't include that word maybe today?
Sorry?
Do you have another song that you can sing for us today?
Well, I could, but,
yes,
the reason I'm saying it, because I'm so far a stage 4 lung cancer, brain tumor, metastases survivor since 2002, and I was told at that point I had a 10% chance of living more than a year.
Right.
And I said at the time, I said, you know what? I'm the 1% who's going to be going on for another 50 years. And God has kept me here for a reason.
Yes.
Now, I mean, I can do an instrumental, no problem. But for me, it's like I mean, obviously, I won't play it if you don't want me to. But it's really about I'm your brother. I've got your back.
Okay,
really,
so guys.
That's
Okay, so and I understand where you're coming from. You're an artist for those of you who don't know, and he's an actor and composer. He's known for Nostrum, How'd I Kill My Cold, Mike Oldfield, amazing musician. So I want to I'm not sure.
I'm going to do instrumental. I've been on for a long time, and then that will take the. But I just wanted to share that. And I've actually got a musical in my mind. And anyway, and
okay,
the
so
idea
play your
is
song,
like,
but maybe beep the word. I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
We'll let you express yourself. Honey, you're making an echo.
No.
Go, Ant.
Okay. I'm not going to do the song then, because it's hard. I mean, I'm an artist. I can't really. It's either going to be it or not. So what I'll do.
Okay, so Ant, listen, sing the song, and everybody understands where you're coming from. We understand. You beat cancer. My mom died from cancer. So everybody just understand where Ant is coming from. He's an artist. He's been a very good friend of mine for very long. Go, Ant.
It's from passionate.
Yes.
Motherfucker all my life. Messed up so many times. Try to turn my life around. Another motherfucker in the ground. So I tried to take my life. Found myself a bad life. And down I go. God trying to cross my time. Motherfucker. I'm together. the sky. I got wings so I can fly so high. Too much smoke and town. So I tried to change my life. Found myself a brand new pretty life. Went down to the drugstore. Got caught in the crossfire down track to buy.
Thank you very much, and we are happy that you expressed your musicality. Very, very nice, and congratulations for beating cancer, and congratulations for still being here. I know you are here today to support ma'am. I know that you have written so much music in your life. You've inspired so many people through your genres. And I just want to say congratulations. I am inducting you into the MMAM Hall of Fame for your musicality. You've been a very good friend of mine as well for many, many years.
Can
And
I just say,
MAM supports cancer research, and you are a living example of people who put their minds to getting healed and who can do it. So thank you, my friend. Any words before we move on to our facilitator?
can I please say a few words, sir?
Of course you may.
Because, I mean, it's really, I've been given a chance to do something special. I lost my daughter 5 years before having the cancer.
Yeah.
I didn't want to die. I didn't want to live at first. And then I always visioned her holding her arms, going, "Dad, what are you doing? We'll be together soon enough." And I found out a wonderful definition of cancer when I had it, and it came from the Amazon tribes, and it says cancer is a non-negotiable consequence for not fulfilling your full potential in life.
Yes.
And that spoke to me because I mean, there's so much to do. One, I wanted to give back from the cancer. Yes. Writing a book, as you know, because I know we're going to get this, and I'd love you to edit it and get it like we said before.
Yes.
I want to go out and speak about, rock and roll roller coaster, because I play with a lot of great artists, and then, because of my anxiety and other stuff, it's like a rock and roll roller coaster. Grief. I want to help people. It's such a, I mean, no one should be burying their kids. It should be against nature, and it's really like looking at it. I mean, I bless the time that we had together. We still we've got a close bond, and the hardest thing I ever did was to close the casket, and I slipped a note in saying mere death will never break our bond, and I feel that set up. Yeah. So my book has got all these amazing spiritual things that have happened to me through the cancer and her connection, and then on top of that, I talk about cancer as well, the fear of parents, family members trying to get the patient, the dad, who's in denial, and I've experienced it with friends. The fear of actually taking a risk. Oh no, we're happy with our doctor, and then 6 months later you find they died when there was a chance. I mean, I took the risk. I mean, I was basically told I was going to die when I was in England.
I remember, and you fought through that. You did. Guys, Ant and I was living in South Africa at the time, and we are 7 hours ahead there, and Ant and I would pray and make music, and we'd record on the Zooms in the night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and he would always be in such a great mood. And I love that energy about him because no matter how sick he felt, he was present and he was fighting through it and he was smiling. And that's Ant for you. He's just a wonderful soul. I lost my mom to brain cancer, Ant knows, in 2020. They gave her 3 weeks to live when lockdown set in. She ended up living 3 months because she held on. She wanted to say goodbye to me. I was living very far. And you are a legend in your own right. You belong in this room. And congratulations on being MMAM Musician of the Year. Many more blessed years for you, my friend. Ant and I are working on some projects, so you'll see more of us very, very soon. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm going to go over to... Who's my friend?
God bless you.
God bless you. I'm going to go over to our facilitators, Amek, Michael Lopez Cardozo. Please unmute so that we can say hi to you here in our group today in the MMAM Hall of Fame 2025. Amek, are you with us? I see him. I'm going to unmute him from my side if I can. Mish, can you hear me?
Is this working?
There you are. Hello, Mish. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Nice to see you all. I saw so many faces, so I thought, what is the chance that I'm going to be next? So I thought I'm just going to open up a Diet Coke and smoke a cigar, and then you are up.
Listen, guys, Mish is probably the coolest person I know. Mish is in the Netherlands. He's a sword fighter. He's a very, very good athlete. He a martial artist. He does acting. He's a musician. You guys don't know this. I don't think everybody in this room knows this, but Mish can play guitar, and you and Mish should connect definitely. Michelle can play guitar. My goodness, like you, and he's very,
and
very
drums.
And drums. He does drums as well.
The drumming thing I'm picking up now again professionally. So I didn't play for like 25 years, but now I'm back on stage, so it's cool.
Fantastic.
Practicing hard.
Absolutely. I got so much respect for Mish. She's always been with me with my journeys, and I want you to tell the audience today, Mish, what you do, and I just want to congratulate you as well, but I'll do that afterwards and inspire them with something that's on your heart, because Mish also leads with his heart. I've seen that.
Wow. Well, first of all, I am completely impressed by the two of the gentlemen before me. Danny, I mean, your story is fucking cool, as we say in Dutch. Impressive. And also, and thanks for sharing your story. So that's first of all, and I know that everybody here had an interesting journey, because it seems everywhere I go and I speak to martial artists that there's always kind of this similar path that we're walking, this kind of a thin line of almost self-sabotage and kind of conquering your own fears, and it's like everything just comes together. But if you look at all the old literature, basically the only way to know somebody or to measure yourself is indeed, get into that ring. And what Danny was talking about, and that's the only way, to get anywhere. My credo, I think that's the word in English for my club, is vincit quise vincit, which means in Latin, he conquers who conquers himself. So in the end, the enemy or whatever it is, it's just a projection of yourself, and you have to face your own fears and inadequacies. And then, the opponent will fall, but literally means that, you are at least working your maximum efficiency without undermining yourself because of projections and self-sabotage. that's what you have in the ring, I think. Also, like very simple. That guy won so many medals, so I'm never gonna make it, and you already lost the fight. So the trick is indeed that old medieval credo. You have to conquer your own fears and no mind. But yeah, my journey, if that is any interest to anybody, it's like yeah, I did a lot of stuff. So I always been interested in medieval history and warfare, and from that moment, I basically was doing all these Asian martial arts and very interested always in the European culture, but there was nothing out there. And then yeah, I became part of a research team that was tracking down medieval manuscripts that in the 17th century kind of ended up in private collections of noble families because they were worth a lot of money and they had pictures in it written by medieval fencing masters. And around 1700, all the basically fencing theory in Europe was lost and the art of combat was lost, and quick saber techniques took its place as gunpowder, of course, took the battlefield because it was yeah, less training for people and burning less calories pulling a trigger. So I guess that's how we yeah, got into yeah, the gunpowder era, and the medieval sword, or yeah, changed in 200 years from a pretty big sword, still really light, to an auto antenna or car antenna. So anyway, I did this, track down these manuscripts, and from there my interest was peaked, and then I, in the end, stopped with all my Asian stuff that I was doing and just completely focused on the reconstruction of our medieval martial heritage. So yeah, and then in 2002 I started my own club, and I had 7 in the end throughout Netherlands, and then I started traveling, teaching in 30 countries. And then, yeah, and fighting tournaments, became, yeah, 3 times world champion in the ring, and then coaching now mostly other sword fighters to get them much better, and doing company events and stuff like that. And beside that, because that's my core thing, I do the acting stuff and music. So if you want to see my ugly face, you can watch Vikings or as King Hakon, and I'm in Chaos now with Jeff Goldblum also. And 2 Amazon Prime series, and of course Game of Thrones, but that was 1 episode, but it was a cool part. But yeah, it's all just blah, 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 blah. I just like acting because it's the thing that gives me the most fear. So I hate it in the sense being exposed. So, and it also started with a bet. So it's not really ego oriented because I fear it more than anything else, always being in front of the camera and then being completely cool. But the interesting part maybe to share is that I learned more about fighting from acting than the other way around, especially how the brain works and how you have to shut things off and how the duality works. And yeah, so when I started doing acting, I was already old and not winning many competitions anymore, but maybe yeah, bronze and silver, but never gold anymore. And then I started doing specific acting classes and understood basically how this whole duality thing worked in the brain. And then I switched some things around and started winning gold again. So that was very, very interesting. But I find it still very scary, acting. But yeah, so that's what I do, and I play music. And yeah, in the old days, I was a little bit of a bad boy, and I kind of changed everything around after a couple things happened in my life. So that's it. I live with my girlfriend in Holland already for 8 years, and now we have a dog that is visiting us from my ex-girlfriend. So we're now we have a dog for the weekend.
Your dog sitting. You are such a beautiful, beautiful couple. And, you know, I was just listening to you speak now and thinking to myself, it takes such humility to sit here with these amazing people who really came here to see the facilitators and our celebrities, and, you know, and each other, their friends, their family. for you to say and to encourage them and to tell them that it's one of the scariest things for you to be behind in front of the camera. And I want to thank you for that vulnerability. And I also want to thank you for sharing your journey with us, because a lot of people only see the success. They don't see what happens behind the scenes. They don't see all the hard work, the blood, the sweat and tears that go into getting to certain levels of your life, and the lessons that we learn along the way. They're not all easy. Sometimes we learn lessons and it's something that we've put in the back of our mind, but other times we learn lessons the hard way, and it doesn't feel good and it hurts. And you are definitely a true warrior, Mish. You really are a warrior in everything you do in your life, and I want to say thank you for laboring with me with Meticulous and with MMAM.
You're welcome. I also appreciate that everybody so far has shared his life story. And in connecting to Ant, I want to say that one thing is that I almost I don't know, you also don't know it, but I croaked it's now like 8 months ago. I had an internal bleeding and I lost 3 liters.
Yes.
So, and that kind of also changed my my life. I was in a fasting period. I was fasting wanted to fast for 10 days, and I do it more often. And in the 7th day, something went wrong. So I was 5 days in hospital, and I have to say that that whole revelation also has changed a lot of things in my head. And I think we just have to continue and really, really make the best of the time that we have on this planet. And like Danny also said, friends and the relationships, man, that's gold. And all the other shit is just
nonsense.
Schnick.
Ja, dis nonsens. In Afrikaans sê ons nonsens. Michael sal Afrikaans verstaan. He understands when I speak Afrikaans. Because he's like,
but I understand it.
Ja, jy verstaan alles baie mooi.
Ek verstaan alles, ja, klopt.
When Mish was sick, I was praying with him and with Saskia, and I was so surprised to hear that was happening at that time, and I was just praying for him, but I knew he would pull through, and I knew there would be something very good that comes from it. And another thing I want to tell you about Mish is that he loves to play games. They play games for many days. I've got a surprise here for everybody. You're never going to believe I've got someone here. Look at his name. His name is Elder Marsh. I'm going to be bringing him up after the facilitators, but there's a sneak peek about a character that they created. So very cool stuff. But Mish, connect with Elder Marsh because he's bringing out something amazing. Thank you so much, my friend. Welcome to the MMAM Hall of Fame. God bless you.
Thank
always.
You all. We're looking forward to hearing your stories.
Absolutely. Who's next? Mark Stas, the Belgian Bruce Lee. Mark, will you unmute, please? The Belgian Bruce Lee is with us in the room. He is a very good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. And Mish traveled from Netherlands last year to be at the MMAM Hall of Fame in Dallas. And Mark traveled all the way from Belgium. They traveled so far just to be in the room with us. I was so humbled that they would really just take that time and make that effort to be with us. So Mark Stas, can you hear us, Mark? I just want to make sure. Are you there? There you are! Hello, Mark. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Mark is called the Belgian Bruce Lee for a reason, you guys. He really kicks ass, if I may say that on here. And he created the wing flow system. And something amazing happened. I'm going to talk to, when Ron gets on here now after Mark, I'm going to talk about that. But I want to talk about that with you as well, Mark. So we have Mark Stas, we have David Kurzel, we have Kissy Mohammed, who's Tong Po from Kickboxer. We've got Ron Smorenberg. And then let me know if I'm missing someone. And they are inducted into the MMAM Hall of Fame last year, 2024. And then a few months later, I see all of these amazing people being in a movie together. And it's called Enter the Dragon. Oh, Steven Seagal. He was also, we inducted Steven last year virtually. And I see all these wonderful man people together in a movie. So, Mark, please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us what have you been up to?
Yeah. So I'm Mark Stas. I'm the founder of Inflow System. So I practice more than 4 decades, very dedicated on a daily basis martial arts. I was invited around the world to teach my skills. So I went in Thailand, where I was invited, in Argentina, a few times in Brazil, Scandinavia, UK, and all over Europe. And thanks to my martial arts skills, I was discovered by the one who fought Jackie Chan in Who Am I? That became my friend Ron Smolenberg. And so I played in a few featured movies like English Dogs in Bangkok, Haphazard, recently Order of the Dragon, not Enter the Dragon.
Oh, Order.
Correct you.
Okay, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. That's the classic. And I played also in Borrowed Time, Falling Apart of Alan Dalaby. So,
Oh,
but
Alan,
yeah,
yes.
but my main passion is, of course, martial arts. And first of all, Juanita, thanks a lot for bringing us all together for this beautiful MMAM event. It's truly a joy to see so many people joining. And I also hope next year that we can be there live.
Yes.
And I saw a few faces that I know, like Ron. I saw James Turner. I saw Mark Fry. I saw Angelo. So many more. And Kyle Green also, without face, but only the name. And yeah, so.
Fantastic, Mark. Fantastic. You've always been such a person that shines out there. You know, it's not a day at work for you when you go to the set, because that's your passion. That's what you do. That's where you flow. You know, it's almost like you've honed the skill of always being in the flow. Because honestly, I've never seen you not be in the flow. I saw you and Ron at the previous Hall of Fame there in Dallas in the one boardroom. We were all training and everything, and I saw you guys there in the corner, and you were going through moves and everything. And then we had the training with Grandmaster Eric Lee. I'll never forget that. And it was so great to be on the mat with you guys. And tell the audience, how did you get to that place where you actually went and you designed your own martial arts system, the Wing Flow system? What led you to that?
It's more a hazard. So I was always part of federations and organizations. But first of all, I started to train alone in my room when I was a kid. So I could not join because my parents, they thought I was too young. So I started already to train with books. And also what I saw on television, mainly anime and Bruce Lee's movies. And when I took part of the first karate class, it never stopped to be part of clubs and organizations. So I did competitions before when I was younger, karate and taekwondo. I did also a hybrid system with boxing. And when I discovered Wing Chun in the 90s, I moved out of Belgium. So I worked, I had everything in Belgium. I quit Belgium to live in another country where I didn't speak the language and where I wanted to study really that martial art. And when I came back to Belgium, I was still in a German federation, but due to too much politics and stress internally, I decided to quit that federation and to go alone.
Yeah.
But because in 2016 many people followed me, I traveled already a lot in the world. They asked me to continue to teach something, so that's why Wing Flow System was born out of the necessity to be able to teach. And it didn't stop. So now I'm still traveling, training every day. And working on a system that's a creation, it's hard work. So people, they think, we can create a little bit a system out of what we learned, but it took me more than 5 years with all the experience I had to create something structured and my own vision. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of training, and I love it also. But it's true that martial arts, it's not only gathering techniques, but it's more also to continue to build your own personality into practice. And of course, with social media, we have a lot of things that we see, we can learn a lot of things. But I am someone who lived in the 80s and 90s. So the spirit of the action movies at that time was different. I trained a lot. And that's something also when we speak about the movie Order of the Dragon. So the spirit of the 80s and 90s that where I was young and grew up at that time, that's a little bit in that direction that the new movie goes to. And I'm really happy also to have this spirit and the eagerness to train, you know. So I think like all the practitioners and teachers and masters here on live Zoom, to be able to train and to continue to train, I think it's a blessing. And for me, it's a joy. It's part of my life. It's my life to say. And I'm grateful that I never had severe injuries, that I can still continue even after more than 40 years of hard training. And yeah, it's amazing. I think when we put a lot of love in something, that one day you get this love in return. And for me, it's in martial arts.
That's right. I always see you paying it forward. I always see you upbuilding people. I always see you busy with seminars, you know, encouraging people. I know that you recently got married as well. Well, not recently. You actually celebrated your anniversary. So I want to say hi to Mrs. Stas. And then I forgot to tell everybody. I don't know if you guys know Mark. Maybe you guys know already. But Mish and Saskia got engaged, so let's give them a round of applause. And then also, congratulations, guys. And then also, Mish is going to adopt my dog. I still have to send Mish my dog. His name is Dioji, and he's gonna fly over to the Netherlands and frolic there in the tulips, I believe. So that's still coming up. It's just been a very busy year. But Mark, if you had to give encouragement to the audience today or share a life lesson with them, what would you share with them?
I would say those who practice in a club or a school, I would say that discipline is not something given, it's something you cultivate. So every time you train, you go to the club, even if you don't feel like it, you are strengthening your willpower, you know. So the real secret is not intensity, it's not training one time 6 hours a day, 6 hours in one time, but it's the discipline to continue and to go training whenever the day is there to train. And I think for me, the consistency is the invisible force behind progress and personal development. So it is not only learning techniques, but I think when you train many, many years, that suddenly get activity, consistency is really the invisible force. And hoping to continue like that.
Great advice to an audience that really is very excited to see you and the facilitators and their fellow martial artists. Let's give Mark a hand, everyone. And Mark, thank you for your humility always in everything you do. Oos to you. I really respect you. And just keep shining out there. And yes, we will all be together again next year in Dallas, Texas, and in person for MAM 2026. Big things are coming. So thank you so much, my friend. God bless you, Oos. Next up, let's see. I have with us Vince Morduko in the room. Vince, my friend, please unmute yourself. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it from this side. I saw Vince here. Where is Vince now?
Hello.
There he is. Vince, how are you?
Doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I want to say something before you start. I want to thank you for being here today. Guys, Vince recently had a big surgery and he is here with us today. and he's still recovering. And I just want to say thank you very much, Vince. I appreciate that. Vince is a very good friend of mine, martial artist, actor. He was there last year at the MMAM Hall of Fame. I met him in person with the other facilitator. And one thing that he said with me will stick with me forever. I interviewed him earlier this year, and he said, Juanita, I'm going to tell you something. I believe it was your mom, Vince, that my mom told me. He said, I am going to tell you to dream big. And
right.
made a promise. I said, I will dream big. So, Vince, please be welcome here, my friend, and tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Vince Murdocho. Where do you start? Last year, I went down to Dallas, Texas, and I really enjoyed myself. You know what? I've been doing martial arts for many years and doing movies, and so I got inducted into the MMAM Hall of Fame. And so I've never been inducted before. It was a real eye opener kind of thing. It was I went down to Dallas and I got inducted, and I got to meet a bunch of beautiful martial artists and Juanita. And so my first day getting to Dallas, I walk in the room and people are talking, meet and greet, but I'm late because I flew in from Canada. So I'm sitting down and I hear a gentleman speak. His name was Kevin. And that changed my whole outlook on life and a few other things. But, you know, I didn't expect to. I went to a martial artist type of gathering, and we talk about a gentleman losing two of his sons. And I have two boys, so it hit hard. And so, you know, I'm there trying to, you know, meet people, and I end up crying. And I met Kevin, and I found that the most amazing weekend. After that, you know, you kind of count your blessings, and you know, it was very special. But yeah, shout out to Kevin out there. You know, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about Kevin and his fight. And you know, I'm really I'm very impressed. I've never met a gentleman who you know, is able to breathe after what he's gone through. And you know, to me that changed my whole outlook. So but what Juanita did was she brought back a little bit of the fire in me, and gave me that inspiration as well, you know, to be better and to go and make a difference, and to do more than just show up. And what I learned was, you know, I started caring more about people, and you know, try to help people. And then after, you know, when you think you've done enough, you know, I think of Kevin and what he's going through. And like I said to him the very first day, I don't even know how you breathe, you know. And he says it's quite hard, but he manages. But you know, God bless him. And you know what? He's fighting the good fight, and that's all we're about. Basically, is to, you know, be the best that we can be. You know, this year's been amazing because I also got inducted in a couple other Hall of Fames, and I'm humbled. I'm humbled that people find that, you know, I'm worthy of that, and it's great to be in the, you know, the shoes of everybody there. I'm humbled, and you know, and a lot of things are happening. Good things are happening. But you know, like the other gentleman said, you got to fight the fight, and you got to be consistent. And that's what I see in everybody who has showed up, and some that I don't know. I wish maybe next year we all get together and we'll get a big a drink or something. But definitely, you know what? It's been a long year. It's been a tough year, and but prosperous, even though the world's going a little crazy. But you know, I surround myself with good people, and the people around me are solid. And shout out to Kyle Green out there. You know what? He's done some good things and, continues to do good things for martial arts. And I applaud him. And you know what? He's up late at night. He doesn't even sleep, I don't think. But a lot of you do the same thing. You put the time in, and God bless you. And hopefully that this year is coming up. Christmas is coming. Merry Christmas to all you guys, and I wish you the very best. And I'm just honored to be a part of you great people. And I look forward into working with you, or if chatting or whatever, or in training. But
Thank you
thank you
so
very much
much.
for having me.
If I can just
Thank
jump
you
in.
so much. We appreciate it, Vince. And also with your recovering process, we are praying for you, that you recover fast and well. And thank you for making the time. You've been with Meticulous for a long time. You've been with MAM. You're always out there helping a lot of people. You're always talking about community. And I know Carl recently brought out a volume on your life, I believe. So, congratulations with that, and best of luck on that. And then I remember you told me a story during our interview about when you met Michelle the first time. Do you want to share that with the audience when you met him at the MAM Hall of Fame last year?
Michelle, the Viking.
Yes.
Oh, classic. So I'm with this. I decided, I might as well show up with some beautiful girls. So I phoned up a friend of mine who just moved to Dallas,
Right.
and I said, "Can you be accompany me?" And she says, "Sure." So as you know, I'm sitting at the table waiting for the show to start. All of a sudden, coming through the doors, is this guy in a kilt, and he's got a beard, looking long, and he's carrying a knife or a sword or something, and a beer in the other hand. And so I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, wow, these guys definitely different. And all of a sudden, he locks eyes with me, and he says, "Hey." I go, "Well, I guess, yeah." And he goes, "What's going on over here?" So he came over, and we started talking, and he was just a class act. And it at this moment I kind of was a little bit lost, but yeah, I know, one in a million. And he said, I guess with his beer in his hand, "I guess do you know how to fight?" And I go, "Yeah, thank God I know how to fight." And respect is earned, and
Amen.
so yeah, no, he's a class act.
Some of
But
the coolest people in
party
the room.
started.
Some of the coolest people in the room. I'll never forget. Vince came to me. He had his suit on, and then he said, "I had the most interesting meeting just now." He said, "I'm so happy. I met the swordsman with the beard." I said, "Yes, that's Mish." He said, "He was standing there. And he was asking me if I can fight, and I'm so happy to be in this room with these interesting people." And I was like, "That it is just the coolest thing." I looked across the room at Ma'am, and I thought, look at the diversity here, the cultures and the people and how they know each other and get together and connect. And it's just a beautiful blend. So everybody is just so special and valued. Kevin, I'm going to give you a minute because we are still in the middle of our facilitators. You wanted to be unmuted. I guess it's to thank Vince for what he said.
I just wanted to say thank you for the conversation we had in 25 and moving forward. I can't wait to see you in 26. And, I've went through a lot of things, but we'll speak on that later. But thank you so much for remembering me, and we'll see each other again very, very soon.
Thanks. Look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Vince. Congratulations and welcome to MAM Class of 2025. I appreciate your support and we'll see each other next year together live in the room, guys. So make sure you book out the first weekend in December because we're all going to be there live together and in person. And there's going to be amazing people with us. It's going to be a very big event because I already started planning it. I'm going to start posting about where it's going to take place after the ceremony. So look out for that post this weekend. Vince, much respect to you, my brother. Us, God bless you and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And next up we have Ron Smberg. Ron, I'm going to try and play that video because we've got projects we're doing. Where is Ron? Where is Ron? Is he with us? Let me see. I can't see the people. Ron. Where is Ron? I see him there. I'm asking you to unmute, Ron, so I can find you because there's so many people on here.
Here we are.
Are you there? There you are. How are you?
We are from Bangkok, Thailand, all the way Bangkok, Thailand. It's like at 3 a.m. here, and it's all good because this is the time we train.
Is it 3 a.m. in the morning?
I think so. Yeah, something like that. But it's okay, you know.
Well, let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much. Now, I like to train in the night normally. I train from 12 to 2 o'clock after we do editing. Yeah. And we just, it's just life is action, we always say, yeah?
Life is action, guys. I'm going to tell you something very cool about Ron. I've known Ron for years. He's my brother. He's my family. We can talk for hours. Like if you'd leave us talking, it's like me and Ant. If Ant and I start talking hours later, so Ron and I are the same. We can just talk for hours and hours and hours. So we have to know there that the martial arts energy and the excitement to be alive and to make changes, that's why I like his slogan, life is action, because it really is. We have to do something in life. We have to keep that momentum. So Ron was with us last year. He flew from Thailand to Dallas and he was in the room with Mark and Vince and Mish and Joe and Shannon and Silvio and all the facilitators. And he, for the first time during that weekend, he taught his system, Recharge, in the United States of America. And MAM was so honored to facilitate that. I was so super honored. And I met all these wonderful, Mark guys and Ron and Vince and Shannon and Silvio and Joe Cortez, all the facilitators, Michelle. They're actors, they're martial artists, and they do these amazing things. And when I met all of these people face to face there, I was so humbled to see their humility, to see how relatable they are. I was surprised and I was blessed. And that feeling has stayed with me because I learn lessons from all of them every single day. Now, Ron, tell us about what you do and how you got started. And then I will go into the project that Tony talked about. He sent a video. I hope it works, but we'll try and play it.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm an action actor. I always dreamed to play action movies. I got inspired by Karate Kid when I was young. We come from a very good time, and I think a lot of us can have the same experience. The Rockies were on TV. We had Ninja series. Jackie Chan was in his highlight. Van Damme just came up. So it was for us such a good, motivating time, and it's a little bit missing these days in movies. But okay, so this changed my life, when you see someone like Van Damme. So I said, I'm going to play action movies. So I started karate action movies, started to dress like Van Damme, do my hair like this. And when we did tournaments, I did karate. I was more fighting like in movies. They said, you're more like a movie guy. So I told people, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. And people were always ridiculizing me. Like you can't do it and all that. Follow your basic life and all that. And I'm like a rebel. In life, you got to be a rebel. Like Bruce Lee was a rebel. Mark Stas is a rebel. Mark, if you hear this, you're a rebel. We got to rebel and be different from the different, I always say. That makes the real different. Different from the different. So we as actors and stuntmen, we are already different because we already choose a special life with a lot of adventure. And you guys know that. So, but to make a real difference, you got to be different from the different. And I saw that with Mark. Mark did wing flow. And when I fought Mark in 2016, I was like, because I fought a lot of action stars, right? I was discovered by Jackie Chan. I fought Jackie Chan in Who Am I? I worked with Donnie Yen, like a lot of people, Van Damme and Scott Atkins, Seagal recently. So, but I was always a little bit in the shadows. So what I learned from Mark was, because, you know, if you're not the main guy, you get beaten up mostly. So I learned from Mark, you got to have your own style. And I told Mark, look, I'm going to work on my own style. Because they called me a little bit the boxing bag of the movie business. And I'm going to fight you again. And 8 years later, right, we met last year in MAM, and we said it's going to happen soon. And then something came, this event, Order of the Dragon, the movie, where I could fight, I could get Mark in actually, as we did like a very big fight in there. And it was recharge, my style, like bouncing off versus the flow. And this was like fire, you know, and it was so good. So I always want to say to everyone listening and watching, think big. Envision yourself, think big. Things can happen, even if they ridiculize you. And the more they ridiculize you, that's all I'm going to say, the more you're on the right way. Right? So go for it. There's no limits. You can't die twice. In life, and some people, you know, who overcame sickness, right? What I just heard, right? Then you're gonna think about stuff like you only live one time. Let's get the best out of it, right? And we all are unique, right? Let's do something cool in this life.
Yes.
That's what I want to tell you guys.
I agree with that. I like that energy. Absolutely, 100% spot on. The energy, guys. I don't know. I always go on about the energy, but you know, when I meet people, I just feel that energy. Like I meet people and I'll be at a pastors conference and I don't know how I know it, but I go in and I already know who's martial artist out there. I don't know how I know it. I just know, and then I'll walk to them and I'll strike up a conversation and I'll be like, you do martial arts. Like, is it because of the way they carry themselves? I don't know. But I've got this sensor in my mind. And when I met all of you, the facilitators and the people from last year in the room, I was like a kid in a candy store. I was like, there's my friend, there's that my other friend. And everybody was so happy to see each other. And that made me happy. So, MAM is here to build and to uplift people and to make the world a better place. And people like you, Ron and Mark and Vince and all of our facilitator, Mish, everybody, you do the same thing. Now, Ron, you guys were on set. We inducted Steven Seagal virtually last year. Remember when we did the group? Mark was there with you, David Kurzel, Viking Samurai. Who am I missing?
Tom Poe. Kissy was there as well. Yeah.
Right. So you guys were on set together. What was it like to see each other there? Because you just had MAM, and then a few months later, everybody was there on the set. It was so cool to see you guys in the posts.
It was like a reunion. And you know what? That is something with MAM and something with all of us. Yeah. We kind of like-minded. Everybody is humble. They love what they do. They're passionate. And this is something I think everybody has in common here. And I've listened to the speeches before, and I'm very impressed by everyone. And Michelle, Mark, and the guys before, David, like the first. I'm so impressed, you know. I feel like we have something in common.
Yeah.
Like and that feel is always there. So if we meet on set or next year, it's going to be the same positive thing. And we can't stop being together. We can't stop talking or training, or we need more time almost, you know. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And the world have so much to offer, you know, you just go for it. And like when I see Mark, for example, right? Like we need more time, you know, we can't sleep. If I keep training with him and go through all the combos and ideas, man, so there's still stuff to be created. So I want to tell everybody, right? Also create stuff, share your heart with the world. And creation makes you wake up. It makes you wake up. It makes you, you know, keep going. And I always think what combos I can do, and we share that with the world. And it's about passion. And what you said, you can feel it. And if we don't feel that, we cannot carry it out, right? It would be not real. And I think with everybody here, I feel it. You know, I can feel you guys. I feel Michelle. We talk about the sword fighting and the gunpowder. You know, Mark. Also, people who went through the cancer.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much to share with the world. The world is tough these days,
Yeah.
right? So let's make the best out of it, and let's be a good example,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
That's what I
agree.
want to say. Yeah, and I love
Absolutely.
you, Juanita. I love Kevin as well with the mission. It's very strong, you know. Like it's so powerful. You know? It's amazing. So I'm so proud to be here, and of course, I love to give everybody else time to speak as well. But I just want to say, guys, I love you, and keep going and never give up. I'm 51. I have injuries. I got ridiculed a little bit by Jackie Chan. But you keep going. There's so much cool things to do.
Yeah.
And there's much more to come. And I hope to work with you, all of you guys, do something cool. And if we have a chance, like Tony as well, right?
Tony is busy with a video. I hope the video works, guys. I don't know why the sound. I'm gonna try and share it. But Ron and I are part of a very cool project. Let me see. I hope it works. I don't know.
See if it works. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Viking Samurai was there. Ah, there we go. It's not showing. Oh, there we go.
Did that video play, guys?
The last part.
I don't know what is going on with the system, but I'm going to be sharing, I'm going to be editing this recording anyway. So I'm so sorry. I don't know why everything's stuck here. You should see this thing on my side. It's like 20,000 windows. But anyway, that is a trailer. Ron, tell the people about the Vampire Slayer movie. I've got great news about that as well. Tell them about that project with Tony De Leon and editor busy with. Please, my friend.
Yeah. Well, this is a very interesting story. Of course, I cannot say too much about it, but yeah, it's about archangels and vampires, and it's a very graphic, very beautiful story with a lot of action as well. And we're looking maybe to shoot that in Thailand. With movies, I always got to be careful what I share, but we're looking to do it in Thailand. Would be great because we have great teams here. Tony is a fantastic guy, and yeah, we like matched together when we met each other in the MMAM, right? So there was like a spark, like let's do something together. So much is coming out of all of this, Juanita, that this is one of them, and hopefully we do it in Thailand.
Yes.
And yeah, the other guys, Viking Samurai, Silvio is actually also meant to be in the Vampire and then the Slayer and Vampire. So yeah, we're gonna meet even more people, and I can't wait to do it. You know, I believe in good matchmaking. You need people with the same passion when you fight. And it's not just for the money. It's for to do something cool. And and this is what's happening. And then you get the best projects like that. Because the audience is not stupid, right? So they want to see good fighters fighting each other. Styles, flavor. It's like a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Like you can have chicken, but you have chicken with flavor on it, and that's a different chicken. So I always say when you make a pizza and you get the good ingredients. So I said, in Order of the Dragon, right? We had a few actors which were great, but I said we gotta have Mark for a good end fight. We need Mark, and they listened and they said, let's get Mark in. So sometimes it's like that, you know. You need to. I want to challenge the best martial artists for movies and fight together and do something cool. So anyone who is ready, I'm ready. Let's do something cool. Yes, get ready. We're gonna need you guys. Get ready.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know, Ron, but the casting for that film will come from the MAM group. I'm doing the casting. Yeah. He appointed me to do the casting. So,
yeah.
guys, I'm going to contact you.
You know, so many people. It's absolutely possible because we already did that. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
But I want to thank everybody for being here. And of course, there's a lot of more people who would love to say something. But I will say I love you. And remember, life is action in loving memory of Valerio Spinoza. Someone who died and who carried out the same message we are talking about. And this is very deep.
That's right. That's right. And for those of you who don't know, this year Ron traveled all the way to Italy and he took a MAM trophy with him. And Vincenzo was there and they gave Valerio a posthumous award into the MAM Hall of Fame. So thank you, Ron, for doing that. And, you know, just for holding the MAM flag high. Congratulations on your induction into MAM 2025. And we'll see you and our other wonderful friends next year in the room. God bless us.
We'll be back.
We'll be
Much
back.
love.
Us. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm looking for Joe Cortez. He was here, but I think that he's under a cell phone name because not everybody has their name. So, Joe, if you're in the room, I know we had connection problems. Joe Cortez, if you're in the room, please unmute. If you're not, if you're still logging on, it says there's some people that's still admitting it. I don't know why my system just shuts down when I try to play the videos, but don't worry. I am going to edit this and show you all the videos. So, and I'm going to promote it as well. Someone says, Juanita, I'm ready. Who would that be? Let's see. Juanita, I'm ready. Is that you, Joe? 849. 849, is that you? Oh, it's Wayne. Oh, that's Wayne. Welcome, Wayne. Welcome, Johnny Hunter. Let's go over to Don McGuire now. Don is he is in a little bit of pain today, so I'm going to induct him early on. Because he is going to not stay for the whole session. Don McGuire, please unmute so that I can bring you on stage. Don McGuire, I'm not sure who's talking on the phone behind me here. Sorry for the feedback. Don, I'm going to ask you to unmute, so if you can answer. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next person. Don
I'm here.
McGuire. Don. Okay, I'm going to let Don speak and then Joe will be on. Don McGuire, my friend, I've known Don for quite a while and he's a very, very good friend of mine. We supported MAM. He's also ambassador for MAM. And I really respect Don because he's a warrior. He has so many health issues, guys. Like, this year was so difficult for him. I've prayed with him so many times and God just keeps carrying him through. I'm going to let you tell the audience, Don, what you do, the go-to photography, and you know, how you got to this place. And also we're celebrating something in December, 42 years. So go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm sorry if you can't hear me that great because I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed in my left arm after the MAM Hall of Fame last year. But one thing I want everybody to realize that's in here, you know that this Hall of Fame is a true international Hall of Fame. They all combatants. See the difference between the United States and a lot of other Hall of Fames is the United States likes to segregate, where the MMAM Hall of Fame brings all people from all walks of combatant sports. And I'll tell you, me, Yaki Lopez, Stephen Blair, the world-renowned referee from the WBC, Andrew Drew Griggs, everybody, when we were in attendance last year, it was the most beautiful because we were just coming off the National Boxing Hall of Fame. I was, and Stephen was being inducted with Evander Holyfield, Roy Jones Jr., Winky Wright, Marco Antonio Barrera. But we all agreed after the MMAM Hall of Fame that was the most phenomenal Hall of Fame that we had ever been through. Now, if you guys are wondering why I'm stuttering, I had to go through 2 cervical spine surgeries. And it caused dystonia because my muscles in my back, from the middle of my shoulder base to the back of my head, are ripped open, and you could physically touch my spine, which the brain protects itself, and it causes a disease called dystonia, which there's no cure. And I've chosen not to have another surgery because I've been through 255. I've heard those gentlemen talk about cancer. I fought cancer 9 times, and I'm cancer free. You know, we've all lost something. We've all gained something. But Juanita, I want to tell you, you know, we've had our ups and downs, but at the end, you truly pull everything together. Like Vince said, you know, we truly are one big family. And Al, this is what I got last year. But since then, I had been inducted into another Hall of Fame, and a lot of professional aspects and journalists wrote stories about me. You know, a lot of people said that December 12th will be my 42nd year as a photographer in this industry. I was self-funded, self-motivated, and self-built, but by the words of my wife's grandfather, who taught me the world doesn't stop for you. And when you create responsibility, you get up sick or not, and you take care of that responsibility. So for 30 of my 42 years, I've fought 7 debilitating illnesses. I've lived through 5 death sentences, and I've died on the table multiple times. It's not my time to go. The reason I share this, because even on your worst day, no matter who you are listening to this now or later, even on your worst day, you'll get through it. Yesterday's past. We got today. That's more than anybody gets. And I don't feel sorry for myself because there's others that have it worse. I don't see myself as being handicapped. I see myself as being handy-capable because I've proven it for over 30 years. You know, I'm paralyzed in my left arm now, and I will never hold a camera again. But for you, the MMAM Hall of Fame, and all of the facilitators to induct me as the most accomplished photographer in combat sports history, I'm already the most inducted. But for you to bestow this honor upon me, I've never taken a penny from a fighter. I was a vice president for Jackson Wink. I'm with BKB, bare knuckle fighting now. I'm inducted in 4 genres, and I work in 5 genres. And I did that all from my heart because my wife gave up her dreams so I can live mine. And I never realized I made such a difference in this world. You know, I know some of my inductees are in here. And the reason I want to say a word to them real quick before because I want to be brief because I know everybody wants to speak. Bill Stacks is probably I hated Bill Stacks when I first met him. Couldn't stand him, but I told him that to his face. But I watched the man work for A&E Lifetime in our industry, and he's become one of the greatest writers and documentarians I've ever seen. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. But Bill Stacks is truly a phenomenal individual. Stephen Rothman, the one and only Joe Cortez. How you doing, sir?
All right, buddy. I've been good.
Hey, I appreciate you, sir. You know, I've shot a lot of fights with you, referee, and it's an honor for you to be the facilitator. And as I go in on my 11th Hall of Fame induction into MMAM as the most accomplished photographer in 4 genres, and working in 5. Joe, it's been an honor to see you referee and shoot the fights that you ref. You know, one thing I've always wanted to say to you guys, because most people don't realize this about people from our boxing world. You guys do this for peanuts, and you dedicate your life to stepping in that ring to save somebody's life. You put their lives in your hands, and you do that by choice. Being a ref is the hardest job in any aspect of this industry. You gave your heart, blood, sweat, and soul for $500 to $1,000 to make sure that 2 individuals made it out of that ring, not only alive, but not hurt or maimed. Sir, I look up to you. I commend you. And this path that you created for others like Bill Clancy, Tom Taylor, and all these other guys, bro, you are one of the greatest aspects in the history of boxing, and I'm honored that I got to have these few moments with you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Go, Joe.
Okay,
Joe's
well,
the greatest. But let me say one more thing before I leave. Kevin said something, you know, he called me the GOAT. You know, the sport has been calling me the GOAT for a long time. I love you, Vince. People have been calling me the GOAT for a long time. I don't see what everybody sees. All I know is, like I said, you know, I've never taken a penny from a fighter. I've ran multiple worldwide organizations. I've worked for every organization. I come from the end of the golden era of boxing to current. I'm the only photographer in the world to do so. But it doesn't mean nothing. What means the most to me is seeing the future of our sport, all aspects. All aspects. If you take from the sport, you have to give tenfold back. And I love this sport. And I like with Nate Wren, Bill Stacks, Bruce Holmes Foster, everybody that's coming in today. This Hall of Fame is becoming one of the most phenomenal Halls of Fame in the history of Halls of Fame. And I want to commend all of the facilitators for making this happen. Here's my trophy from last year. I can't wait to get my induction from this year, because on December 12th, as you all know, like Juanita said, will be my retirement date, 42 years and 4 different art aspects of the genre. And I work in bare knuckle now. But on December 12th, I hang up my walk forever.
Thank you, my friend, and congratulations for being in the MMAM Hall of Fame 2025. Don and I go a long way. I introduced him to many people in December. He introduced me for the last couple of years to a lot of people, and Don has been walking with me. He is one of my ambassadors, and I keep praying with you, Don, and thank you for everything that you do. Thank you that I always have you in my corner for your full support. I commend you on everything that you are doing. And I commend you on being here today, even though you don't feel well, you were here. And we appreciate you. Keep shining out there. And remember, you are
Can I say one last thing?
Story. Yes.
I just want to thank everybody that's on here that is going into. I can't wait to see you in 2026, because Yaki Lopez, Stephen Blea from the WBC, Andrew Drew Griggs, and myself, we absolutely loved the MMAM Hall of Fame more than we did the National Boxing Hall of Fame. It was such a beautiful day for everybody to sit and get to know each other from all aspects of all arts. And that's the way a Hall of Fame should really be. You know, you don't segregate, you bring everybody together. And because of that, I will be MMAM for life. And to my inductees that are going in today, God bless you. And thank you for making MMAM one of the greatest international Hall of Fames in history. With that being said, good day and God bless. Hey, Joe, you rock, brother.
Thank you,
Love you, man.
Everybody,
thank you so much. Thank you. Here's two of my 10, but 11's on the way. God bless
11's
you.
on the way. God bless you, brother. I just want to say before we go to the next person, when I started MMAM, I never thought that all of this would happen. And I just want to give God all praise, because I started this And I didn't even, I was so scared. I was like Mish says when he gets in front of the camera, I was so scared to start my group. I didn't know who to put in first. And, I was like, why are people going to join my little idea, And then I contacted Grandmaster Jesse Bowen, who I'd interviewed. He's from the AMAA. And I did the following. Guess what I did, guys? I called him and I said, Grandmaster Jesse Bowen, actually, it's Hanshi. He said, yes, Juanita. I said, I have very good news for you today. He said, oh, what are we doing? Another interview or what's happening? I said, no, I've got even better news than that. I said, you get to be my first MAM member. And he was like, what's MAM? I said, well, let me explain it to you. And then I started telling him what MAM stands for. And he was like, I can't argue with you, Juanita. It's fine. I'll be your first MAM member. And the rest is history. God has just been so good. It's something that was birthed in my heart. My mom let me start my podcast, Meticulous Moments. From Meticulous Moments came MAM. So I'm very blessed and honored to be able to do this with my life. This is my movement, my life, my passion. But you are such a valuable part of it, all of you. And I've got Joe Cortez on here. He's one of our facilitators. I'm so fond of Joe. He's such an amazing person.
One last thing, and then you could jump on Joe. I just want to say I've been through 255 surgeries, and you know what? Have faith, because no matter what, like the other gentleman who lost their children and things of this nature, I had my mother die in my arms. It opens our spirituality.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to open up to others, and the path will be greater. Juanita, here's to another successful MAM Hall of Fame. I love you guys. God bless you. And thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. I want to quickly ask, is it okay, Joe, if we give Ralph a chance to quickly speak, because he has to go ref now, and he wanted to do something before he has to go. Is that fine with you, Joe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Sure.
okay.
And if we got Brenda Springs on the other line too, holding.
Well, we got Brenda too, so let's do Ralph. Ralph, unmute, please, my friend. I know you have to go ref and work now, but you're here, so please unmute. And if you start talking, you'll show up on the screen, Ralph.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
All right, how you guys doing?
Hey, Ralph. Congratulations, brother. I just wanted to say
Thank you,
congratulations to you. You're one of the your family, but you're one of the most phenomenal ring announcers, and every promotion that is with you should be honored. You bring you bring the energy to every show, brother. And I'm so proud of you. I just wanted to jump on here because without Stephen Blea and you, nothing will continue, brother. God bless you.
Beautiful people.
And I appreciate
you. Thank you. And I do, before we start, Juanita, I do want to thank everybody that was involved in making this happen. I feel very, very humbled by this because I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. Joe Cortez knows me. We've been working with the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame for years trying to make it what it is, and his battle with COVID and how strong he was. Yeah. All that's done is everybody that's a part of everything in combat sports has made me who I am today. I thought I had friends before I started getting involved in this journey, but the mixed martial arts community, especially in the boxing community, is tough because everybody wants to, they feel like if they help somebody that it's taking away from them, and it feels like, well, what about me? It's a take, and hardly any give. And the gentlemen that are in this group today, the Joe Cortez, Stephen Blea, Don, and now meeting you, Juanita, and seeing the glow that you have, I mean, it's phenomenal because, I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but Kenny Bayless, he's one of my best friends, and he's almost 80 years old, I had him pop in here in the beginning because he's out here with me. We're working a fight in the Bay Area here, and I don't mean to have to kind of cut the line, but if it wasn't for the fans and if it wasn't for the promoters, I mean, we don't exist here. So I just wanted to thank you guys for that. My story is very unique. I started liking wrestling at the age of 7, and I knew back then that I wanted to be what I am now. I didn't start until I was 32 years old, though. I kind of had a fear of, can I do it? We all have that kind of, a little bit of thought in our brain, like, well, I can't do this. Like to be on television and do this and work with these guys, I'm dreaming. But you have to really, really tell yourself, pray that why not you? Why not somebody that comes from a neighborhood like I came from where you're just a statistic. You're not supposed to make it out of my neighborhood. I started ring announcing at the age of 32. My first show. It's been 15 years now in the game. And 2 years into my journey, I went to Las Vegas and I met with one of my friends, Wes Melton. He was another referee. I don't know if Joe Cortez knows him or not, but he was out of Arizona, Wes Melton. And he said, we're going to go meet a friend. I said, okay. So I go to this restaurant and it's Kenny Bayless. And I sit down and he says, well, what do you do? I said, I'm in real estate for the last 20 years, but I ring announce, and I've been doing that for like 2.5 years. And he says, and are you upset? I go, I am upset because I feel like I should be in Vegas. You know, I was younger then. I thought I had to bulldoze my way into the industry. And he says, well, sit down and let me tell you a story of not only himself, but Joe and everybody else that tried to get into Vegas at that time because it wasn't easy. There were so many obstacles for these guys to get in there. It took Kenny Bayless over 20 years to become a referee. Joe had to go through so many obstacles as well. We don't understand or appreciate who is backing us up and who really is in our corner until we hear these stories of 20-year, 25-year, 30-year. Who am I to complain for being in the industry of 3 years when my friends that I hang out with took them 10, 15, 20 years to be who they are. And Joe and Kenny ended up being two of the best in the world of all time. So I was dumbfounded by this. I said, you know what? I can't complain about anything that I'm doing. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to pray, and I'm going to just see where it goes. 4 months later, I'm doing a local show in Arizona. One of Floyd Mayweather's fighters was on the card. All of a sudden, I get a call a week later and says, hey, this is Mayweather Promotions. We saw you in Arizona. We would like you to come to Vegas. I thought it was a friend playing bullshit tricks on me on the phone. I said, hey, I don't know who this is, but kiss my ass. I hung up the phone up. They called me right back. This is Kenny Craig and Leonard Allenby on the phone. If you hang up on us again, we're never calling you back. Can you be in Vegas tomorrow? I said, yes. I didn't know. I just went because I still thought, it was a joke. I didn't believe it. And 4 weeks later, I'm on Showbox, the new generation. And when I looked at the bout assignment, the first bout that I was going to announce, Kenny Bayless was the referee. You want to talk about full circle. You want to talk about someone telling me to cool my jets and relax, buddy, because you still have another 18 years of hardship to get where we went through. And he ends up being the referee of my first fight in Vegas. And I had to really humble myself and really embrace the power of believing, the power of words, affirmation, of God, praying and just giving it to him. I sometimes in this industry, and Joe can attest, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worrying, a lot of like, okay, am I going to get this fight that I want? Am I going to, did I do okay? Do I got to go back and look at things? And those are the nights that I had, I can't sleep. But if you just say, okay, God, take the wheel, man, just let me do my thing. I'm going to give it to you. There's no worries. He already has a plan for you, right? And the plan was to be here. Mr. Cortez is amazing at what he does. Kenny Bayless, amazing. Don's pictures are legendary that will live for multiple lifetimes. And everybody else in here that I've seen, Shannon Rich out of Arizona. It was funny. Yes. I announced on 3 cards that he fought back in the day MMA. The dude is amazing, man. He was afraid of no one, right? Yeah. So that is what you have to really appreciate. And again, I have so much more to do. Stephen Blair, I have to really give him credit because he early on says, brother, man, like, I don't know what you're doing or who you copied from, but like, I believe in you, man. Like, you got it going on. And I said, well, I thank you, but I'm still learning. I learned from him. I learned from Kenny, from Joe. We would go do the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame things, and he would have his podcast there even before he and COVID hit him. And then even after, he's like, I'm here. You're not taking me anywhere. I'm Joe Cortez. I'm the man here, and you're not taking me anywhere. I still have a lot more things to do on this earth. So believe it or not, the actions that they lead in an everyday life has an effect on us younger next generation that will protect their names and carry on whatever they had going on. The industry right now is just in martial arts in general. It's the Wild West, like a lot of things are happening. They're trying to bring in, the Kumite style back, blood sport type sports. I go ahead and say the bare knuckles there. We're almost getting full-fledged towards a full-on martial arts. I embrace it, even though I'm a boxing head. I think we need a lot more great stories like this to be. And I'm really thankful that you had me here, because I looked up everybody, and even the one you had last year, I'm like, holy mackerel, these are legends. Even guys playing guitars that we used to be able to knock people out in 3 seconds that are comedians now and doing other things. Hey, that's cool, man. That's cool, and I hope that everyone really understands that.
Thanks, Ralph.
A lot of people once you're done fighting, or once you're done reffing, or once the energy level, it dies down and it disappears. But remember that every video, every action, every Instagram reel, every throwback video brings in a new generation of fans, and you'll never be forgotten. And this is one thing I want to tell everybody, is that there's been, like, Joe hasn't reffed in a few. Kenny Bayless has been retired for at least 2 or 3 years, 4 years. But everywhere Joe goes, he can't even get to the exit, because it's like they love him, right? Same with Kenny. I had Kenny at the weigh-in yesterday of 100 people, and they attacked him. So I'm sure that in every other discipline, it's happening to you guys too that are full on fans. Just please remember that you're never forgotten. We will always remember, and I appreciate being here with you guys. Steven, I love you, man. Thank you so much. Don, thank you for the words. Juanita, I appreciate you, and I can't wait to meet everybody next year in person. And I love you guys, and I really am really thankful for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you very, very much. You definitely deserve to be in the room. Thank you, Stephen Blair, for nominating Ralph. Also for Don. Don said something. He said, "Ma'am for life." So I'm so happy. And then you said, "Ma'am is cool, Ralph." So I'm so happy to hear that Ma'am is cool, because it makes me happy. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Thank you, guys. I got to go work now. Got to go make these fans happy. See you later, guys.
My friend.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye. I see.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the class of 2025, Ralph. Very good to have you. I see James Turner has to go in 30 minutes. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to bring on Brenda Spinks and also Joseph Cortez, our wonderful facilitator. I'm so fond of Joe. Like, seriously, person I've ever met. Like, I don't know anybody more genuine and pure-hearted and just lovely than Joe. He's just an awesome person, and he does it so effortlessly. He's just himself all the time, and I believe that is straight from his heart. It's because he is who he is all the time, everywhere he goes, and that to me just shines out. That's what a champion is supposed to be about. So Joe, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I know you mentioned Brenda is here. Joe is going to be doing something very interesting this year. My video for some reason doesn't want to play, but I made a video which I will post for all the posthumous awards. So Joe is going to be accepting these awards on following people that we are inducted. And Joe, I'm going to call you on as soon as I've read the names. I'm going to call you on, and then we are going to speak to Brenda as well. So this year we are doing posthumous awards for Barbara Miller Karen Kelly. She was a wonderful, just an amazing wrestler, and her son is going to be sending us a publication. His name is Kelly Kirkland. And we're also doing one for Bob Ross, If you remember the American painter and personality Bob Ross. So MAM is awarding him a class of 2025. Then we've got Leon Spinks. He was an American professional boxer. His wife is in the room with us and she's going to be talking with us very shortly. We are also honoring Bruce Lee, Hong Kong American martial artist and actor. He's getting a MAM Hall of Fame 2025. We are honoring Tony Spinks. He was also a world light heavyweight champion, Michael Spinks, and Richard Norton. Richard Norton spoke to me last year. I had a conversation with Richard Norton about the MAM Hall of Fame. He was actually going to be inducted in the virtual ceremony. He was unable to make it that day. He sent me a message and he said, "I'm so sorry I missed it. I had the times mixed up." And he was busy shooting a film with, I don't know if you guys know Maria Tran, Louis Sharomato, Vince Nayan, all my friends. And I was talking to Richard and we were talking about having him on as an interview on Meticulous Moments. And the next day my friends contact me and they just tell me, well, he passed. And I said, what do you mean he passed? I just spoke to him like yesterday, last night. And apparently he just passed away. He just had an aneurysm and Richard is with us no more. But his trophy was in shipment at that moment. And, when he passed away, so he never got to see it. He knew he was inducted though, but he never got to see his trophy. But Louis received it on his behalf. And he is going to take it to Richard Norton's wife, and she's going to be sending MAM a thank you. So he was in the class of 2025, but I just wanted to make it official today. He's dearly missed, and he was a wonderful person. Then also Cruz Sean Boland, a Muay Thai coach. We are honoring him today. And then Joe is accepting another award on behalf. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, but I think it was like 2 days ago. Keri Hiroyuki Tagawa, he passed away. I don't know if you remember him from Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately, my videos aren't working today on this platform, but I will share it. The moment, I'm sure you guys, if you don't know his name, you'll know his face. And then I also decided to put Muhammad Ali on there, Joe, because we talked about that a while ago, and also Hector Macho Camacho, because Hector Camacho Jr., he is my coach, my boxing coach. Well, I trained for bare knuckle, but his dad was also a legend. So I want to put them both in, MAM. So I'm going to give over to you, Joe. And when you're ready, give over to Brenda. Welcome today, Joe. We appreciate you.
Well, it's a pleasure to be on the show here today. Again, with the Mixed Martial Arts Juanita, we want to thank you for all the efforts, everything that you've been doing to keep the MMAM going for so many years to come. I mean, last year was the first induction. I was honored to be inducted last year, but you are doing something that's unbelievable for the sport of mixed martial arts. And, people like myself in boxing, and we got Brenda Spinks, a husband who passed away. Leon Spinks was a great champion. He beat Muhammad Ali back in the late 70s. And Leon Spinks turned out to be a real good friend after he retired from boxing. I got to meet him, and he used to come to my house once a week. And Brenda used to bring him over, and we used to do. I used to do he had the gloves on, I had the mitts, and we would move around the ring for at least an hour and a half every week. And I was talking about him yesterday on my show, the Joe Cortez Show, my podcast show that I do every Friday. I had Dr. Charlie Bernick on my show yesterday, and we were talking about the experiences with Leon Spinks, what a gentleman he was, and how he was being treated at the Cleveland Clinic here in Las Vegas. But Leon and Brenda turned out to be real great friends and lifetime friends. And I remember when we went up to Montreal, Canada, and Sugar Ray Leonard, Leon Spinks, myself, and Jake LaMotta, we went to, and we got a medal that was presented to Leon Spinks. He misplaced his original gold medal that he won when he won the Olympics. And we got the gold medal again in Montreal. And it was such a great experience being in with Sugar Ray Leonard, with Jake LaMotta, Leon Spinks, and myself. The four of us was there. And now here we are getting him inducted into the MMA Hall of Fame, which is great for Brenda and the family and his brother Michael Spinks. I was with him this past June up in Canastota, New York, at the Hall of Fame. When Kenny Bailey, my good friend, my brother, we got him inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And here we are now, here in Las Vegas, the beautiful, beautiful city, known worldwide. And now we got to do something special with Juanita, and hopefully bigger things are coming in the very near future. And Kevin is great Kevin Oliver, the great friend, and again, his two sons, man, they both rest in peace. And I told Kevin, his sons are watching over you. They're watching every move you're making. Everything you're going to be doing is going to be positive. They're going to make good things happen. Guns down and fentanyl away with drugs. So that's what we're fighting for right now. And Kevin and Juanita have a great organization to help keeping these kids alive and keeping the kids off of drugs and put down the guns. Anyway, we want to wish you all our very best. Remember, Juanita, myself, and Kevin, and the rest of the group out there trying to help everybody in this world. We're not doing for anything special for ourselves, as far as making big money. We just here to try to help out the big way. Okay?
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much, guys. Joe is one of my MAM ambassadors. He's a facilitator, inductee, absolutely wonderful gem. And then also he has his Joe Cortez show. I really want to encourage you guys to watch that every week. I believe it's on a Friday. Make sure you watch it and you share it, because Joe is doing great things out there on his platform. And then, of course, we are going to be starting to do the happy hour again. That is the project that Joe has been talking about, the community work. So we are going to be starting to record that again. I see someone here said, can't get enough of Joe Cortez. That's you. I met him the first professional boxing show I've ever photographed at Mandalay in Las Vegas. I believe that's Nate Rain, I think. I think that's Nate, because it sounds like Nate Rain. But he says he can't get enough of you. And then Lloyd says, Dr. Lloyd Neal says, beautiful stories. Thank you for all your contributions to the martial arts sciences. And we have Leon Spinks' wife here in the room, Brenda. Brenda, I'll unmute you. I think she's still here.
Yes.
Here she is. Brenda, please say hi to the audience and tell us a little bit more about yourself. Joe nominated your husband for this award.
I know. What an honor. Thank you so much. Joe has been with Leon and I. We've been good friends for a long time. And like you said, we used to go over there once a week, and he would get Leon in the ring and they would work out together. And he was with me and Leon through thick and thin. When Leon became sick, Joe showed up at the hospital, and he was there for all of it. And he was there for me after Leon passed away, unfortunately. And I know Leon would be so excited and so honored to receive this honor. And I want to thank you so much to Ma'am and to Juanita. Thank you so much. And Joe, you don't know how much I appreciate your friendship.
Fantastic. Thank you, Brenda, and thank you for making the time to be here with us today. Joe, thank you for nominating him. And, Brenda, his memory lives on, and I just want to say I'm very proud of you for being here today. And I am actually working with the White Buffalo. He's from South Africa, and he's writing a book at the moment about what happens behind the scenes and what a boxer's wife goes through. And I want to tell you that I know more than you think about the stress and the pressure that not only the boxer and the athlete goes through, but also his wife and his closest family. And Danny touched on that earlier today. So I'm going to definitely put you in contact with them as well. They are from South Africa. And they've asked me on board with one of their film projects as well. And I think you and Mr. Bueta's wife would have a lot to talk about. So this is all about connection and making family, together, making family bonds. So you're a part of the MAM family now as well. Mrs. Spinks, Brenda, thank you very much. God bless you and have a beautiful rest of your day. You're welcome to stay if you want, but I know if you have something to do, we understand, and thank you for staying so long.
Well, thank you for having me, and I really appreciate everything, and I would love to hear from your friends. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a lovely rest of your day, and
You too.
bless you.
Okay, what do you go, Juanita, before you leave Brenda? Okay, how are we going to make the presentation with the trophy for Leon Speaks?
Yes, what we'll do is, Joe, I will have to, I don't think I'm supposed to be at an event next week in Las Vegas, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it because I thought of bringing it to you. But if we can't, we will do a shipment. So I will send the trophy via a shipment with a certificate. So I believe Brenda sent me her address already, right, Brenda?
I can't remember, but I'll send it again just in case.
Okay, no problem. So no problem. But it is going to note there that it was accepted on behalf of Joe Cortez, and then also the trophy and the certificate, which is being printed this year on metallic paper, very nice big ones. It's going to be shipped to you. So I will be in contact with you about that, and then yeah. It's gonna be and guys, please let me remember this when you receive your trophy, right? I'm like a little kid. I think I tap into my inner child a lot. But when I receive that photo from people that open their boxes, some of them do reveals and they open their boxes and they hold their trophy. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas for me the whole year because I'm just so happy. So when you receive that shipment, just send me a photo because I don't know, I just go all giddy. It makes me happy to make other people happy. So Brenda, send me that photo, please, when you receive that trophy. I'm gonna cry probably and laugh in between, but it's something that I want to share with you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sis. God bless everyone. God bless
You
everyone.
too.
Let me check the chats because I want to make sure I give everybody an opportunity who has to leave soon. James Turner, my friend, I'm going to bring you on next. Will you please unmute yourself, James Turner? I've known James for a very long time. Absolutely phenomenal martial artist. Just an incredible friend. We were both inducted into the some of the martial arts Hall of Fames there in the UK. He's a kickboxer of note. My goodness. You wouldn't want to step into the ring with James. Where are you, James? Are you still here? I still see your name.
I'm here. Juanita, can you hear me okay?
There you are, guys. This is James Turner. He is a phenomenal world-class, world champion kickboxer. And he's just always been an awesome friend of mine. Always so supportive with Meticulous Moments, my podcast with MAM. Love to have him here and induct him into the class of 2025. Tell the audience more about yourself, James.
Oh, thank you very much, Juanita. And first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me here tonight. Congratulations to you and Kevin and the facilitators for putting this all together and bringing so many tremendous people together in, as we say, one room virtually.
Yes.
Because, yeah, absolutely. The stories that I've heard so far tonight, just awe-inspiring, thought-provoking. You could say a roller coaster of emotions, but certainly it's all brought together with the idea of positive forward momentum, fortitude, and ultimately consolidating the community that you brought together. So congratulations again, Juanita, and thank you for bringing us all together. And I think, as I mentioned in the chat a little bit earlier on, I've got some personal friends here tonight, some martial artists that have inspired me genuinely since I was a little kid. I'm sure some of them can work out who they are with their kickboxers here of exceptional note and what have you. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. Pleasure to be here with you. And yeah, it's a little bit about myself. So, like as Juanita mentioned, I'm from the UK. Martial artist since I was a child. So I was inspired by Bruce Lee initially, as so many of us were. That's what got me into martial arts and my formal studies of the more traditional martial arts. Obviously, the movies were a big influence to me concurrently as well. And then when I got a little bit older, into my formative years, getting into my teens and what have you, checking out all the martial arts movie stars as you do, you go through the gamut. I found Don the Dragon Wilson, who's now a very good close personal friend of mine. Yes, and that was my initial foray into discovering the world of what was known as full contact karate, more now commonly known as kickboxing. And I've been very fortunate to become good personal friends with many of my kickboxing heroes. And now, as you mentioned, I compete currently world light heavyweight champion for the WPKO. And yeah, I'm very passionate about the sport, so I try to promote it, especially since there's so many alternatives in the combat sports space now between mixed martial arts, K1 rules, Thai boxing. I try to get, what some of us call, I guess you could call it now, more classic or traditional kickboxing. I try to give that its airtime as well. I like to be because I like to consider myself one of those people who tries to still put that out there through my my books that I've authored on the subject and what have you as well, because I do think it's a great sport. I'm very passionate about it. And now, of course, I'm currently filming for my first leading role in a martial arts action film, The Butterfly. Yeah, thank you. Which that of course, I play a kickboxer, wouldn't you know it? But this particular character, a little bit more dark, he's also mixed up in a life of crime. So he's trying to break away from all that and go on the straight and narrow. But not everybody's playing ball exactly. So some of the people I've been associated with aren't going to let me go so easily. So several notable people in the cast, including Nick Mancuso, who some of you will know in the martial arts community from in Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee, starred in Stingray, the TV series. A good friend of mine, my acting teacher as well, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that's what I've got going on at the moment. And like I say, thank you very much to all my friends here who have been supportive of everything I've been doing. I really have appreciated that. Has really galvanized my resolve. And I think that's what we all do for each other in the martial arts. I think really that the attitude of the martial artist, if he or she really gets it, in my opinion, is that when someone's pursuing whatever path it may be, we don't see that as competition or, they're on their side of the street or what have you. Some of our guests tonight have already alluded to it. I think really the only way to be, and it's not certainly the way I've always been. That's why I'm doing what I do today. You're inspired by other people's achievements and whatever they're doing. So to me, I think that's really the only way to approach it. That's how really you're going to nurture your passion for the martial arts, is to be inspired by what those are doing around you. So like I say, thank you so much, everybody here tonight, for your support, and congratulations to everybody. It truly is an honor to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, James. You've always been there with me. You have really, your support has been tremendous. I started MAM a few years ago already, and I never thought we would get to this place, but I'm so honored and humbled to have someone like you and everybody in this room that are martial artists on board, people that are acting out there, that's doing martial arts, it's making the world a better place. You do that, so what you do. And you mentioned Don Wilson, and I want to tell the audience, he is also part of the class of 2025. Don the Dragon Wilson is being inducted this year as well. I met him in Atlantic City, and I'll just quickly, briefly share this with you. I missed his class. It was Atlantic City. I'm at this event for Don's class, and I can't find the room where he's giving his class. And I'm running down the hall this way, and I'm running that way because I want to meet Don the Dragon Wilson, and I want to train with him. And I can't find Don. And finally, after I got tired of chasing around and looking for him, and I couldn't find him, I see these two guys sitting on this desk. And I just, in the passing, asked, do you guys know where I can find Don the Dragon Wilson? Because I really want to train with him, but I think his class might be finished. And behind them, guess who peeks out from behind them? He was sitting in a chair and I didn't see him. It's Don. And Don says, that's me. I said, oh my gosh, I found you. I said, am I too late for your class? He said, well, the class is finished. And James, he got up and he gave me a personal instructional for 45 minutes in the hallway of the casino. I recorded it as well. That's the humility right there. Because all he could have done
Is
was
he a great guy?
yeah, he could have said, my class is done, you missed it. No, he spent 45 minutes with me, giving me training in the hallway. And that's what I love about the people I know globally. And you are one of those people.
Yeah, that's my childhood hero. So, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Like you say, that's the attitude we try to perpetuate.
Yes.
And yes, I think you know, as Mr. Cortez has alluded to, and many of our other guests this evening, you're spearheading that, and you know, it's easy, even though we may all live by that code, so to speak. It's easier with, again, so many distractions and so many different channels vying for your attention in the modern world. It's easy to lose sight of it. So it takes someone like you to really spearhead it and consolidate it and keep us all on that good straight and narrow. So thank you very much. I will probably have to say goodnight soon to everybody, as I mentioned in the chat. But thank you very much once again, and congratulations to everybody tonight.
Thank you, my friend. See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Next up, I've got Phil Torres that has to leave soon, and Bill Stacks. So I'm going to call, let me see who I said I'd call first. Bill Stacks, are you in the room? I'm going to call Mr. Torres as soon as we've spoken. And then what we'll do is go down the list, guys, because we don't want to make the ceremony too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the line. As I see your name, I'm going to call your name and give you 30 seconds, let's say 30 seconds. And then you're going to say who you are, what you do, and I'm going to induct you because I know it's Saturday and you guys have awesome things to go and do. And I don't want anyone to miss out on their induction. So,
dear friends of MMAM Hall of Fame, what a strong, passionate, and dedicated community of martial arts warriors and enthusiasts you represent. I'm honored to be counted among you. And I deeply regret not being able to join the upcoming live online event. I was and will be on set working on a TV commercial, which, as you all well know, is part of life of many of us lead to keep up the art alive. Please accept my sincere apologies for my absence and my heartfelt congratulations to everyone who was present. Your energy, your dedication, your spirit all mean the world to me. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a powerful, prosperous New Year. I can't wait to see you again in the next event. Much respect and solidarity.